Yo, what's up? It's Jeremy G. Welcome to my bed. Not that many people have been in this bed with me, so you're lucky. Um, Master Fast Challenge System. Master Fast System. Day 2. Kicked my ass. I have such a bad headache right now. But I think it has nothing to do with the Master Fast. That's kind of what's the annoying thing. Just the chronic headaches that I've been getting. And so I'm really tired. And a little bit high. Maybe more than a little bit. But let's see what happened today. I had a lot of good energy in the morning. I felt really good. Oh, the enema. I fucking love enemas. They feel so good. More on that later. I'll tell you guys a funny story. So I took the enema. Yeah, I was feeling good. I didn't start my tinctures and tea until like 11 or 12 o'clock. Like I went strong. And then I had my pudding around 12:30. And then I think this is where I'd like to improve tomorrow. I don't think I drank enough juice because I was home and I think I had maybe less than a liter. And then I had a coaching call and it went really well, but I feel like I was exerting a lot of my energy. And then after that, I started getting a headache and I went for a walk, did some Buteco breathing, which made me feel a little bit better. But then I got back and still had a headache. So then I had a little bit of marijuana and yeah, just not enough juice. I think I had one or two more cups of juice, and then I went to this men's circle, and I brought the tea, and I was just not feeling well. Had a headache, so then I took some more marijuana, and then my mouth was just so freaking dry, and then I went and got a massage. Men's circle was great, and the enemas. I brought up the fact that I was doing this fast, and then this guy from Ukraine was there, and he's like. I can't do his accent. Why everybody in West make big deal of enemas? I can't do the accent. And he's talking about how his grandma had an enema and like she has this recipe of different books with all these teas to put up your butt. And his accent, it was just so funny. And so I just thanked him. I was like, thank you for giving me permission to like publicly say that I love enemas. So yeah, men's circle 5 to 7. I feel like I'm just telling you my day, but I guess whatever this journal is. I guess that's kind of what it is. And then after that, I was like, all right, don't feel good. Couldn't get a hold of June, so I was like, all right, let's get a massage. So I got a massage from this beautiful Thai woman, Pino. I called and requested for her, and she's just so sweet. And I told her, I was like, hey, I don't feel good. I'm going to go to sleep. She turned off the lights. I put a towel over my head, took a nap. Boom, felt great. When I woke up, the massage was amazing, but still didn't feel well. And that's when I realized, like, I have this fasting ego that was like, I'm going to dry fast for really long on day 2, and I was going to stop from, like, 6 p.m. and go till, like, 10 a.m. tomorrow, which is, like, 18 hours or, 16 hours. And then I was like, all right, I don't feel good. Let's go home and drink some juice. So that's what I did. I just had some grape juice and definitely gives me more energy. Doesn't really affect my headache, and that's one thing that honestly it really bothers me. Like I've been battling these headaches for so fucking long, and I'm so close. I can just feel it. But the reason I didn't really have much resistance today towards the master fast or me or anything, I was just like sure that if I were to eat food or fruit or coconut, whatever I was craving today, like I don't think it would make my head feel any better or any different. Maybe it'll give me a little bit more energy, but that's just one of the things that's been frustrating. And it's like interesting to go through another cleanse and remember that my intention is, to feel good and not to have chronic pain, but also open to more than that. But it's just a little frustrating because it brings up all these times where I've been to these healing retreats or ceremonies or done these different fasts, and sometimes even I'll do them with other people who get such big gains and benefits, and it seems to cure them and fix some of their problems. Where for me, it's like I went on a Vipassana meditation retreat, and I had fucking horrible headaches, and I got a cold, and like I just suffered through that. Or like ayahuasca ceremony, well, I'll go and I'll have these great visions and insights, but then after I'm in a shit ton of pain. And same thing with the papaya fast. Like I felt amazing and I noticed a lot of benefits, but it didn't, get to mi cabeza. Es una problema. So that's kind of a little frustrating. But honestly, I'm starting to feel better just talking to you guys. So that's a good thing. And yeah, so I think today was just like a big ego check, very humbling. And maybe that's the lesson, cuz as I'm speaking it, I feel like I'm releasing something. It's like, yeah, it's just this big mystery. If you're wondering, nobody knows what's the deal with the headaches. But I'm starting to get more signs and clues and signals. Definitely has to do with like tension and just like letting things be. Yeah, so day 2 was intense, but I'm so pumped up. Like I love it. There was a part of me that was like, on my way home, I stopped and got grape juice and limes, and it was such a heavy bag. It was like 6 liters of grape juice, and I was thinking to myself like, all right, I'm gonna go home. Like, should I drink grape juice or not? It's 9 o'clock. That's pretty late to be, blah blah blah. Trying to think about that, and then I realized like there's a part of me that just wants to suffer. It's like, oh, we already feel like shit. Let's just go home, feel like shit even more, and we'll just like cry ourselves to sleep. And to like be aware of that voice, I was like, wow, like where is this voice coming from? And I like kind of just accepted it and let it be. I didn't be like, oh, fuck this guy or whatever, because Kyle C says something great. It's like, only the ego tries to get rid of the ego and fight the ego. But that was like a huge insight to me to realize, like, I think it's what Eckhart Tolle calls the pain body, that once I'm in pain, there's something that wants to stay in pain, and it's just like, hey, let's suffer, and like, oh yeah, that's, for me, that's when I know it's my ego, when it's something super extreme. It's like, oh, let's stay in the fast as long as we can because it's not going to help, and stay in pain and blah blah blah. And then I finally realized, like, no, let's swallow my pride. And this is not about doing it perfectly, it's about listening to your body. And that's one of the main reasons I like doing fasts. I think it's like a great way to connect with, the mind, body, and spirit, and just like tune into your intuition and really feel out things. So ended up drinking grape juice. I guess one more thing, and then I'll let myself get to sleep. I had a really bad stomach ache after, when was it? I guess I can't think of the exact time, but I had a stomach ache. Oh, this morning, actually. It was right after the teas and the tincture. I'm wondering if that's maybe from being so dry because I didn't have enough grape juice. Or maybe it's just from the tinctures, because that's like a lot of, I don't know, stuff and alcohol, and after the enema, maybe it was dried up, but I did have a stomach ache. It was like I had a headache, and then the stomach ache like passed the headache, which is always interesting to watch happen, because I do believe that there's like a certain pain threshold, and so like sometimes the stomach ache will be stronger, so then I won't have the headache as much, so it's kind of like a relief. And yeah, it's kind of interesting to see that, because I think I reflect that also in my like mental aspect as well, where sometimes if like you're used to having pain in one area, I'm used to having pain in one area, it's like all of a sudden you have a distraction of like another stressor, and you're like, oh great, it's just like a distraction from that. And that's how sometimes I feel with my physical pain. Yeah, so I guess that's all I got for today. 9-10 minutes worth. So I'll see you tomorrow, and thanks for watching, and feel free to write in the comments something you're grateful for, because some of this video may have been a little morbid. So let's end on a positive. Thank you. I love you. Good night.